Comparing communities is like apples and oranges, but being in Mashpee has been both productive first month, and people have just been really kind to me and getting me up to speed on projects.
After 33 years of service as the town planner to the town of Mashpee, Mr. Thomas Fodala retires, leaving a vast precedence and big shoes to fill. His successor, a much younger gentleman, but qualified in his own right. So what does the future look to the town of Mashpee under the new department's plan?
My predecessor again, Tom Fodala, has really laid a really strong foundation that will enable me to, I think, pursue a vision that will make the town of Mashpee both economically stable and resilient, but preserve identity and authenticity and character of a place that people really seem to value in town. I think one of the greatest successes that my predecessor has achieved is the preservation of open space, the conservation of our wetland areas and forests that are really integral to the identity of Mashpee. And there's a common fear that new commercial development and new denser development, so multifamily housing, might detract from that work he's done and negate some of the beauty of open space. From my understanding, Mashpee, up until about 1960, was a year-round community of about 1,000 people, and in that time has grown to a population of 15,000. So you have year-round residents who are very used to the typology of single-family home and small commercial areas. But the needs are changing. That population is now aging. But now we need to kind of knit back together and identify areas where density can be appropriate, where we can build different housing typologies that are either smaller units, creating denser communities so that older folks who might want to get out of their large single-family homes have a place to go they currently don't. By identifying pockets of density, Mashpee Commons is an example, other areas around town, if we can identify these opportunity nodes, then we can build up in a manner that achieves multiple positive outcomes without sprawling on that preserved open space. So we can both increase tax base, provide new jobs, and new housing types so that we can begin to provide more housing begin to meet the needs for housing for all populations. I am a fan of new urbanism. And I think urbanism is actually something we should touch on. The word urbanism is a technical term. Urbanism is really just a term that describes how people interact with the built environment. It doesn't mean downtown Manhattan. It doesn't mean Beacon Street in Boston. We can maintain the town character while implementing new urbanist principles. Important for me, I'll note this, that Mashpee Commons has been a great partner for the town of Mashpee for a long time. They will continue to be, but I also want the town to know that identity should not be solely focused on Mashpee Commons. It should continue to complement it, and I will continue to work with them to make sure it does enhance the area, but does not certainly only become the area. A goal for me is to continue to develop the aesthetic vision for the town. What do people who live here and who work here too? I mean, community isn't just people who live here. It's those who come into town every day and use our resources and spend their time and money here because they're employees of the town. So I'm interested in that community as well. But the comprehensive plan hasn't been updated since 1998. So I'm very interested in updating that comprehensive plan and looking through zoning and how we can start using new planning tools to make a regulatory environment that is easier to navigate and can achieve a vision for town that people want to see. So for everyone out there watching, I would love, it's very hard to curate the qualitative types of feedback that I need and this department needs to get from A to B, B to C, etc. So I plead with the Mashpee community to give me as much feedback as possible. I can only achieve your needs and wants, dreams, hopes, and aspirations if you share that with me. So from my office, I'll be doing a series of initiatives in the future to make sure that I come to you, but I hope that you come to me as well.